Could you give us some examples of how you've helped people in distress?
Yeah, I have examples of people that I have permission to talk about, and one of them was an alternative medical doctor, very, very successful, an internist.
Excuse me. I'm going to get some water. Continue.
Sure. He was still working at the age of 79, still seeing clients. He took the road less traveled himself, was using nutrients, did a lot of different alternative therapies when Mayo Clinic basically said he was not going to live more than a few days.
Wow.
And they did his stuff in order. His cronies, his co-workers in Chicago said maybe a couple weeks. His kids came home for his death. His son was taking care of him when I went to see him. And I can use his name freely because he's given me full permission, Dr. Thomas. Tomorrow morning when you get up, 80 billion cells will be born. Approximately 40 billion cells have twins. Every day, our body gives birth to approximately 80 billion cells. And if we can get the good cells ahead of the bad cells, then there's no reason that you can't live to your 120 disease-free. You have a lot ahead of you. If you die, it's going to be great. It's okay because you've had a great life. You help people taking the road less traveled. But if you want to live, if you can follow, because he was at the end of the road, he had to follow the protocol exactly. So you have to let go of other things you've done to help other people as an alternative naturopathic doctor and do something different. But if you do it, and we get those good cells ahead of the bad, you can have a long life. So he did it, and in 3 months he was mowing the yard. 5 years later, he's out, flying around and moved to California, and it was phenomenal. It was just phenomenal for me to watch. The other man was a young man getting IV immunoglobulins every 3 weeks for 12 years. The top immunologist in Dallas told him there's nothing you can do. Even the naturopaths, your immune system, you can't make your own immunoglobulins. It will never regenerate. So as long as you live, you have to get somebody else's every 3 weeks. For 12 years, he'd been doing that. It's about $9,000 a dose, by the way. They said you'll have a short life. One day you'll get an infection and it will take over because you can't make your own and you'll die young. And he never felt good. And he didn't believe that it would work. He was very, very skeptical. But because his boss was paying for it and talked him into it. I had already helped his boss's family. So he did it, and it's 3 years now that he has not needed any IV immunoglobulins, and he will have a long life with his family because he took the road less traveled. And he did something different than what even the top naturopath in Dallas told him to do, along with the top immunologists.